Hello, everybody. This presentation is about intrapersonal intelligence. This video was created by Manuela Carrasco, Janitza Pulgar, Valentina Valenzuela, and Felipe Varas. Are you a healthy teacher? Well, this question we will discuss at the end of the video. The objectives of this presentation is to explore the meaning of intrapersonal intelligence, propose activities that focus on developing our intrapersonal intelligence, and the last objective is raise awareness of the necessity of this notion for a healthy classroom and teaching. Our intrapersonal path is the first activity is a warm-up activity when we will discuss as an initial conversation, and then we will give you some definitions and the main characteristic of intrapersonal intelligence. Then we will propose some activities to work on our intrapersonal intelligence, and the last activity is the wrap-up activity.
All right, it's time to dig deeper. And for this, we're going to move on to our warm-up activity. So we have here two questions that we want you to analyze. All right. The first one is, which situation makes you feel good and therefore makes you feel healthy? Can you think of any situation? Maybe to explore the surroundings of your city, maybe to travel to another country, maybe to spend time with your family. There are many options that you can consider as good situations that make you feel healthy. On the other hand, we have this question. Which situation makes you feel uncomfortable and therefore unhealthy? Maybe to miss someone makes you feel bad or uncomfortable. Maybe to eat something you don't like. Maybe you don't like to hear loud noises. You just want to stay calm, for example. So think about these questions, and you can give us your answers down on the comments below.
Well, according to the definition of interpersonal intelligence, it corresponds to our capacities of introspection and self-reflection. Also, according to Howard Gardner, their main characteristics are normally people that most develop this intelligence are introverts. They prefer to work alone and show themselves as capable of understanding better their feelings, their goals, and also their motivations. People who develop this intelligence are moreover develop various dimensions of your life. We want to draw your attention to three of them. The first one is myself as a person, because we consider that the basis of having a good relationship with others is first have a good relationship with yourself. The second one is myself as a teacher, because it's also important to create a good atmosphere in the classroom by having a good teacher-student relationship. And finally, myself as a colleague, because it's also very important to have a good relationship with your colleagues to create a healthy work environment.
Now, we're going to show you a couple of activities that may help you to work on your interpersonal intelligence. These activities will help you develop a sense of self-reflection, stimulate introspection, and reflect on our feelings, goals, and motivations. The first one is called the perception of myself. This can be done individually or in groups, maybe with your colleagues at work, if you want. The time will be 5 minutes, and the goal is to reflect on our own perspective and who and how we are. First, you're going to write down 3 adjectives people have used to describe you. Then, you're going to write down 3 adjectives that you will use to describe yourself. Now, look at the 6 words you wrote. The first 3 represent how people perceive you, and how people perceive the world is in so many different ways. So their perception of this self, it doesn't describe you at the fullest of you. So prevent focusing too much on how people see you, and start paying attention to how you see yourself. The other 3 words is how you see yourself, and this is the one that matters. This practice will help you to reflect on your own perception of self, how you are, and how you describe yourself, if these words are positive or negative. So you need to be careful with that.
Moving on, we have a second activity that we suggest to analyze your true self, and this is called the mirror analysis. And as we said in the beginning of this presentation, this is focused on teaching and fostering a good sense of a healthy classroom. So first, I want you to think about this. Which of your personality traits tends to facilitate your teaching abilities? So think carefully. Is there any trait, any characteristic of yourself that helps you to give a good teaching to your students? Now, on the other hand, we have this question. Which of your personality traits now tends to hamper your teaching abilities, tends to make more difficult the way in which you teach something? And at this point, you can be pretty honest, because that's also really, really healthy. And now, finally, we have the typical phrase that we can see in cars. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. So now think about this, about the 2 questions that I proposed to you. How would you bridge the gap existent between the things that help you to develop a good teaching and the things that really make more difficult to provide a good teaching to your students? This is a very interesting exercise, and we suggest that you do it every day.
So the third activity, and the last one, is the 10-10-10 list. This can be done individually, mostly. You can accompany this activity in your diary, maybe. The time will be between 10 and 12 minutes, and the goal is to reflect on your desires, reality, and motivations. So you're going to write 10 things you wish. For example, travel to Sweden. Then you're going to write down 10 things you enjoy doing. For example, hang out with friends. And lastly, 10 things you're thankful for. For example, having good health.
Now, as a wrap-up activity, let's accept this challenge. Here you have the opportunity to say out loud or write down in the comments a self-compliment. It's always important to value yourself and be kind to yourself.
Yanni, do you have any self-compliment that you can give to yourself?
Of course, I consider myself very brave, and I love feeling this way. It's hard sometimes to self-compliment, but it's a good exercise to keep yourself healthy.
Pretty good. If you guys have any other self-compliments that you would like to share, please leave them down in the comments.
Well, do you have the answer of the first question? Are you a healthy teacher? Yes? No? The thing is that you can become a healthy teacher, considering the intrapersonal intelligence.
Well, this was the resources that we used to make this presentation. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give a thumbs up to the video if you liked it, and continue working on your interpersonal intelligence. See you in the next video.